class we are going to dive inside the cell. Okay, we are going to see that what is there inside the cell that makes it so efficient, that make it so capable of performing all the life processes which are occurring in each and every living being. If you remember, children, in the last class we have already studied about the shape, size and number of cells in various organisms. We have also learned about the unicellular and multicellular organisms. Now, what is a cell? Children, if I ask this, what would you answer? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. Now, when I say structural, what do I mean by that? Just as this wall is made up of small bricks, this wall or any building can be made possible because of the building blocks, because of the smallest structure which is known as brick. Okay, so we can say that brick is the structural unit for any building. Similarly, our whole body is made up of these small cells. So cell is the structural unit of any living being. Okay, and now when I say it is the functional unit of life, then what do I mean by that? Because each and every functions are occurring. We are able to breathe because of the cells, we are able to digest because of the cells. So we can say that cell is also the functional unit of life. So this is the definition, or this is the simple meaning of a cell, that it is the basic structural and the functional unit of all the living beings. Now if you can see here, you will notice that inside the body, okay, inside any living body there are many organs. Okay, so our body is made up of organs, okay, because these organs are making the structure of the structure that we have is made possible because of the organs. Now why and how these organs are able to function? Because of the tissues present inside them. Now when I say tissues, now tissues are nothing but the group of cells. So many cells combine with each other and they form a tissue. Okay, so when I breathe, it means that my lungs are functioning. When I say my lungs are functioning, it is not the lungs that is helping in respiration, children. It is the tissue which is present inside the lungs. Now, all the tissues, all the cells which are present in the lungs, they will be of same type. Okay, so that is called as the tissue. So we can say that, if you can see here, you will notice here. So these all are the structural and functional unit of life, because these cells, we will see cells. So cells will form tissues. Okay, tissues will form organs. Okay, now organs will form organ system. Alright, now this organ system will form any human or any plant or any animal. Just as in humans there is a lung which is responsible for respiration. So the tissues which are present in the lungs, they will be of different type. Okay, but if we talk about plants, so in the plants there is a lot of work, there is a lot of function which a plant need to carry out to survive. For example, the roots have to absorb the water and minerals. Okay, so the roots have those kinds of cells inside them. So not cells, now we will say it tissues, because one single cell cannot do all the functions. Okay, it needs to team up. For example, in a cricket team, one person cannot play against any team. It needs a team. Okay, a captain cannot alone do all that work. It needs a team. Similarly, now all those team members will be of same type. They are passionate about cricket. They love cricket. They can play cricket first of all. So similarly, all those similar cells, they combine form tissues. Tissues combine form. Tissues when combine, they will form organs. Organ will form organ system. Then organism. So I am pretty much sure, children, now you can easily say that yes, cell is the structural and the functional unit of all the living being. Now we also know that what is a tissue. Tissue is nothing but just a group of cells. Now the very first question that would be coming to your mind will be that what is there inside the cell which makes it so efficient, which makes it so special. Okay, there must be something inside the cell which is performing all those functions, because if the cell is empty from inside, how can it carry out all those functions? Alright, so in this class, children, we are going to see that what is there inside the cell. Okay, first suppose this is a cell. If you can see here, suppose this is a cell, and now when you will open the cell, now we all know that in our body there are around 30 trillions of cells. Okay, now if you take one cell, okay, just as I have taken, take one cell, take microscope, and if you will observe it, okay, cut it into half. Suppose I have managed to cut it into half, so what you will see? You will see so many things inside the cell. Now children, you can imagine that the cell, which itself is so small, there are many organelles present inside the cell. You can see these colorful objects. These all are called as organelles. What they are called? They are known as organelles. Just as children, our human body, okay, our human body is made up of so many organs. Can you imagine your human body or your body or any living body without organs? No, because these organs are carrying out all those functions which are required to survive, which are necessarily required to survive. Similarly, inside the cell, there are so many organs which are performing day and night to function properly. Okay, so when you respire, okay, so when you respire means when you take oxygen, that oxygen goes to the lungs through windpipe, through your nose it goes to windpipe, through windpipe it goes to trachea, then it goes to lungs. Now in the lungs there are cells, okay. So in the last class I told you that your oxygen exactly goes in the lungs, and from the lungs the carbon dioxide is being removed, which goes out in the environment. Now when this oxygen goes inside the cell, it is actually going inside this big world. Okay, because inside the cell there are many organs which we call as organelles, So these organelles are actually responsible for functioning of all the organs. Okay, so the organelles which are present inside the cell are performing all these functions. So just as our body needs organs to perform, similarly a cell also needs so many organelles to perform. There is one specific body to store, there is another specific body to respire, there is another specific body for storing the things, one thing is there to remove the waste, one thing is there to supervise the functioning of all the organelles. Okay, so now we are actually diving into the cell, we are actually diving inside the cell. It's going to be very interesting. Now I will just start with a onion cell. Okay, for example, I have taken a human cheek. Let's take the example of human cheek. Now what is human cheek? It is nothing but the cells which are present inside your cheek. Okay, for example, we can easily do it. Once the school will reopen, we will do this experiment. So you just have to take one matchstick and just try to take out the inner skin, peel off very thin layer inside your cheek and take that out and put it in a microscope and observe it. This is what I did, and I found this thing. Okay, I took one small layer, one thin layer inside my cheek with the help of a matchstick and put it in a slide. I put some stain because the cells are colorless. We need to put some stain into it like methyl orange, saffron or anything which will give some dye. Okay, after that I observed it under the microscope. I saw this kind of structure. Okay, you can see these different cells. What do you think this black dot is? See, this is a cell. Okay, this is a cell. Now this is what in each and every cell you will notice this small circular thing in the middle. What is this? This is nucleus. This is nucleus. Now you will also see that each and every cell is surrounded. It has this boundary like your house. Okay, this is known as cell membrane. This is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Okay, now inside every cell you will find these empty jelly-like structure. You cannot see it, but surely this is something jelly-like structure in which many organelles are present. This jelly-like structure is called as cytoplasm. cytoplasm is known as cytoplasm. So children, each and every cell has these three basic parts, that is nucleus in the center, the outer covering which is known as cell membrane, or you can also say it by the name plasma membrane, whatever name suits you, you can say anything, and this middle portion is known as cytoplasm. Inside this cytoplasm, organelles are there. Understood? So these are the three important parts of a cell. You can see here also, here you will see this is the microscopic view of an onion peel. You take an onion, okay? Here you will take one onion peel and you take out the small peel from the onion and observe it under the microscope. You will see this kind of structure. Okay, here you will see nucleus, this outer layer which is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane, and the empty space here which is known as cytoplasm. So all the organelles, okay, I will just show you that all the organelles which are actually responsible for the functioning of a cell. See this, can you see this blue liquid thing here all over the cell? Can you see this? You can see these colored bodies, they are cell organelles, okay, and this blue thing that you can see all around is cytoplasm. Okay, it is cytoplasm, and this cytoplasm actually gives this space to all the organs, because in our body there is blood. Okay, so you can compare this cytoplasm to the blood inside your body. In your whole body there is blood, okay, and organs are also there. Similarly, inside the cell there is cytoplasm all over. This is a liquid-like structure and which gives space to all the organelles. Now, this outer layer which you can see, what it is? Can you tell? What it is? This is plasma membrane or cell membrane. This blue kind of structure that you can see in the portion is known as nucleus. Okay, is known as here nucleus, and this blue like structure is known as cytoplasm, and these colorful bodies are organelles. Each and every cell has the same organelles. Okay, each and every living cell has same organelles, but few plant cells have different organelles, some animal cells have different organelles, but all the animal cells will have same organelles, same colored bodies inside them. Okay, whereas some plant cells are different because they have some extra organelles, because they need extra protection, so they have some extra organelles inside them. Now, there are many organelles inside any cell. They are, you can see here, they are the nucleus, nuclear membrane, genes, chromosomes, vacuoles, plastids, chloroplast, all these are the organelles. So what is cell membrane? Cell membrane we have understood, cytoplasm and the nucleus. We are going to take all these different parts of a cell in detail in our next class. Okay, we are going to see what is the role of cell wall, what is the role of cytoplasm, and what is the role of nucleus. Stay tuned. Thank you.